Well, yesterday was VJ Day, the 75th anniversary of that day, which brought to an end warfare with Japan in the Far East and the whole of the Second World War. A solemn day of remembering, but also a day to pray for peace. There's a small ceremony outside this church, the ground opposite, with the Burma Memorial, and the British Legion from Wycombe was very involved with that, and the High Steward and Mayor and many others. And over in Wooburn and Bourne and Flackwell, a walk took place in the afternoon. It actually started up in Flackwell. Some brave folk did the whole walk, walking down the hill from Flackwell to Wooburn, but most of us gathered at Wooburn Memorial, and we have a slide to show you now. It was prayer walk from Wooburn to Bourne End, and then the next slide. So we started that memorial. You'll probably know it well. That lovely green, peaceful, almost very English setting, the typical village green. And beside it, that war memorial to the dead of the First and Second World Wars. And there we remembered the many who died and were injured. There were 22 of us gathered from churches across the Flackwell to Bourne End area. Quakers and Methodists and Anglicans and Community Church and URC folk too. And from there we walked down to the recreation ground. I don't think we've got a slide for that. The next slide takes us... Oh yes, it'll come back. To the recreation ground, yes. Haven't got a picture, but we walked across. There's wonderful grounds at Wooburn. If you get over there, there's a lovely NHS in flowers on the hillside. It's a lovely spot. And the children were playing, and we remembered the children, and particularly those in places of conflict. And then the next one. We went on to... I think I got all the photos wrong. I apologise for that. We went on to St. Paul's Church. And there we gathered in the grounds where there are a number of wartime graves. Particular war memorial graves. We remembered words of Paul about reconciliation. And those from Romans, as far as possible, live at peace with everyone. And then we moved on, the next slide, to Corzen. Here's the right photo. And this is where the ribbons come in. You all should have a ribbon here in church. Those at home, you'll have to dig out your sewing boxes. There will be ribbons at Corps End, and we're encouraging people to tie a ribbon on the railing as a prayer. So you hold the ribbon and you think of places and people that need peace, that need justice, that need the grace and compassion of God. You can fiddle with it as much as you like. And at the end, you might like to just place your particular ribbon in the bowl as you go out, or take it home with you, but if you place it there, we'll make sure it's tied onto the railings to join others as we prayed for peace. There is so much conflict and violence still in our world. Pray for peace. And then we carried on. We were very fortunate with the weather. It held off from raining, and we carried on to Penny's Corner, just on the Bourne end High Street. Not the most peaceful corner, it's a rather busy junction, but the Rotary has provided a peace garden, and we gathered there. And we heard words from a Quaker about peace being a process that we need to be part of, making us channels of peace. So we pray that that peace may flow through our hearts and our lives today and in the week and months ahead.